Welcome back to the Mulberry Book Drop. Hey, Bethany.
Hey, Sarah.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Okay, I need you to tell me something good.
Oh my gosh, I have so many good things. We've actually been out doing stuff lately, which has been so fun. We did like a big beach day. We went out to Vero Beach and spent the whole day, played volleyball, got a little sore. And my best friend and I also decided we're going to try and learn how to play tennis.
Oh, how's tennis going?
It was interesting. We did much better than I thought we would, and we also ended up like looking up the rules and stuff for the game because I've known nothing about tennis. It is apparently a very emotional game. So we had a little fun on YouTube, and then I also got to go to Sarasota and check out the Beyond Van Gogh exhibit, which was really cool.
I want to go to that so bad.
Yeah, it was awesome. We ended up in the like main room, like where it kind of, I don't know, it like you go through the stuff, learn some things, you know, and then you end up in this huge room, and it's this interactive, constantly moving display of all his art, and we sat through it for a few times, and it was amazing.
Oh, I want to go so bad.
What's good for you?
Well, the semester is over. So I have been resting and cooking and reading and just really enjoying life. Not that I don't enjoy life while the semester is going, but I feel like I'm a little less hectic right now in my personal life. So
I love that. And you are definitely a person who enjoys life.
I
can
try
say
to.
That. I know her. I can say that.
I try to. All right. So from the desk of the city manager, what you got?
Okay. So from the desk of the city manager, Mulberry has some incredible nonprofits within our community. Recently, we had my favorite annual commissioner meeting in which we passed out donations to several of these groups. Basically, we took the fees collected from Pigapalooza. It was event sponsors and fees that the teams pay to compete, and then we hand them out to local groups who are doing good things in the community. This year, we were able to share support with the Boys and Girls Club of Polk County, FAM Church and Call to Serve Farm Workers, Friendship Church, Friends of the Mulberry Library, Kiwanis Club of Mulberry, Concerned Citizens of Mulberry, American Legion Auxiliary Post 72, Mulberry High School Band, Mulberry Dixie Youth Baseball, and Mulberry High School Athletics. If you'd like to learn more about what these groups do, you can watch the commissioner meeting from April 19th, 2022, and hear each of them speak about their group or organization. Lastly, I have been watching reruns of Mannix and the new Bosch Legacy series.
All right. We love to hear it. Thank you, Mr. City Manager Rick Johnson. Well, Bethany, what's new and exciting?
Okay, I was really excited to announce this, but last year our Friends of the Mulberry Library started doing a scholarship for our teen volunteers. And so this year we were able to award the scholarship to our buddy Mozart. So,
yay!
Yeah, we were so excited. He is a fantastic kid, and we just hope he does a great job in college. I have no doubt he will. But Mozart, do not be a stranger. You better come back and visit us.
Exactly. Well, speaking of scholarships, we have an update on our Career Online High School program. We now have 6 students in the program. Oh. So we've actually had to ask for more scholarships, which has been amazing. So if you are wanting to get involved or you know somebody that wants to, please do not hesitate. Come by, ask questions, call us. Either Bethany or I or Laura can help you. We can talk to you about the program. You can jump on our website and take the Are You Ready survey to see if this program is something that you qualify for or is for you. So, what you got?
Well, we have an update on our Oceans of Possibilities summer.
Oh, I love updates.
Yes, we've been having so much fun already, and it's only been like a week and a half, it feels like, but we've packed so much into it. We have tons of things going on, so definitely check the website, check social media, keep yourself updated, contact us if you have questions. But my favorite thing is we started our reading challenge, and I decided we'd challenge the community to read 10,000 minutes.
Which sounds like a lot to me.
It does sound like a lot. They reached this goal in 10 days. So I got permission from our director to up the goal, and we are now aiming for 100,000 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a big difference. Yeah.
However, I did double check real quick before we started recording, and we've already doubled, so we're at like 21,000.
That's amazing.
I think. Yeah.
Whoa. And that's in what, 14, 15 days?
Yeah, what is today? Today's like the 16th or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or something.
I don't know. But it's awesome. So keep reading. We need your minutes, and you can come check the windows on our display. We have it on the palm tree. We're like coloring it in so you can see how many minutes.
Yeah, and it looks so pretty. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get to why we're here. Let's get down to business. All right. On today's episode, we are going to be focusing on outliers. So, Bethany, can you explain what an outlier is?
I looked up the actual definition, and it said it is a person or thing differing from all other members of a particular group or set. So I'm under the impression when you asked me to look this up that we were referring to like books and maybe movies. So kind of like if the whole world absolutely loved something and you just didn't feel it, didn't get it, or vice versa, you love it and everybody else thinks you're a little wonky because you like it so much. This makes me equally excited and nervous.
Oh, that's exactly what I love to hear.
Okay, Sarah likes to make me uncomfortable.
We're stretching ourselves. We're taking ourselves out of our comfort. But that's exactly what we are talking about today. Okay. So we're going to talk about books and movies that are considered outliers. So we're just going to jump right in. And our first outlier... I feel like this is going to make you uncomfy, but we're going to talk about 50 Shades of Grey. So we're just going to jump right in the deep end. So if you don't know, 50 Shades of Grey series is by E.L. James. People love these books so much, and then there are people that don't. We know that a lot of our listeners may be listening with kids, so we are definitely keeping it PG. So basically, Anastasia is a student who interviews an entrepreneur and realizes that she wants him. He realizes that he wants her too, and they begin a relationship of playing hopscotch at the park. Not really, but if you know, you know. The book series has since been turned into movies that are very, very popular. So, Bethany, have you read these books?
I tried, but I didn't make it past 12 pages. I remember I tried the first book. Don't laugh at me. I was working in the bookstore at the time, and I do remember they were so popular I could not go a shift without selling multiple copies of it, and so I thought, I guess maybe I should give it a go, and I made it about 12 pages. So this was one of the ones that you hinted that you were going to talk about, and so I looked up the publishing date, and I think it was around like 2012, and that was also the year of like Gone Girl and the Hunger Games, and I think the character development and like the world building was just kind of lacking for me in those 12 pages. I don't know what I expected to happen in 12 pages, but like it just was not there for me.
Not enough.
And so I was like, you know what? I can absolutely sell these and that's totally fine, but it's not for me.
Okay. Well, do you want to hear something that's really funny?
Sure.
So I did not check with Bethany really about this before we talked about this. Like I did mention a few of them. But I also tried to read it. Like right after high school, right after graduation. And you made it 12 pages. I made it 10. Like, I don't know what it was. I just started reading it and don't get me wrong. If you like them, if you love them, like go on ahead. Like those are for you. Definitely not for me, because in those first 10 pages, I was like, oh my gosh, the same thing. I was like, what's happening? I was like, what's going on? And then there was just part of me that was like, I really don't want to read this.
I feel the need to stress, though, as you kind of just alluded to, it is a firm belief. Reading is reading.
Yeah.
I don't care. If you like it, read it.
Yes. So just because we particularly didn't like it doesn't mean that clearly tons of people do, because movies were made out of them, which I've never seen a movie. I haven't read any of the books. But if that's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea.
That's so funny. I made it 2 pages further.
You did. That's hilarious. All right. So the second one on our list is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. So people love this book, while some think that the book is overhyped. So basically, Kaya Clark is known as Marsh Girl, living on the land, barefoot and wild. Chase Andrews is found dead, and Kaya is a suspect. It's a coming-of-age story mixed with a mystery and thriller. And the book is now being turned into a movie that's actually set to release next month on July 15th. So, Bethany, have you read the book?
I did. I fell into the yes category on this one for sure. I checked, I just looked while you were talking. I gave it 4 on Goodreads.
Wow.
And I do remember the beginning felt a little slow to me, but I also was kind of like, let's see what happens. And next thing I knew, I was just so involved in this book. There was something about like the where it takes place. It takes place in that marsh.
Mm-hmm.
And the marsh almost felt like its own character to me. And I got really into it. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm ready for the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't read it yet, but it is on my to be read pile.
Okay.
But it's also, I don't want to be disappointed, because what if it is like a little overhyped, but I want to see the movie.
But see, I think you should read it before you see the movie then, because you don't want to be swayed by
right.
like, the casting.
Right. Well, and that's what, like, I love reading books before I see the movie, and I'm conflicted. Clearly, I'm
totally
conflicted.
Understand, but yeah.
Yeah, like it's definitely on my to read, and I'm also like, now that like I've been going back to the movies, I'm loving being in a movie theater again, which I didn't used to really like being in a movie theater, but now I'm loving it. So it's like, maybe that's when I want to see on the big screen, but then I'm like, no, you have to hurry up and read it then.
See, that's really funny, because I used to love going to the movie theater, but now I've realized I really enjoy watching movies on my couch in my pajamas.
Yeah. All right, so we've done a flip-flop. Okay, so third on our list is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, a very popular book. So popular that a movie was made. Clearly, I have like a theme going on, because everything's been made into movies. Ben Affleck starred in it. It is Amy and Nick's 5th wedding anniversary in their perfect marriage when Amy disappears. Nick shows strange behavior and becomes the main suspect in her disappearance. Is there more going on than a perfect marriage? So I did look at the reviews of this book, and a lot of people have very strong opinions about it. Like, oh my goodness, I was kind of shocked because it's so popular, but there are some people who. So Bethany, have you read it?
I did, and I loved it.
Really?
I did. I was very surprised. I loved it so much that I actually had my husband read it so that we could watch the movie together and compare. But I think this book for me was almost the beginning of like a little writing trope that sort of became its own thing, like the whole dislikable main character.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like a lot of the characters in this book don't have very redeeming qualities, yet you can't stop reading about them, you know? And it's like, I used to read because I would find somebody I wanted to root for.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm reading because I'm like, what kind of crazy thing did you do? But I liked it a lot, and I've actually read all her books, and she definitely sticks with the dark characters, but she does it really well.
Okay, I haven't read this one, so also that's a whole nother pattern we're seeing here. I'm not sure that I want to read it, but I do want to watch the movie. But this is one of the ones where I actually don't want to read the book, but I want to see the movie. So, and I think it's streaming somewhere, so I may have to watch it, and then we'll come back and see.
Well, and if you put the movie into it, I think a lot of people really liked the movie, but I struggled with it because they took one of my favorite actors and made him kind of a guy. And that really hurt my feelings.
Oh, wait, who's the actor?
Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh.
I'm like, no.
You can't be bad.
Yeah.
All right, so fourth up on our list is, guess what? Another book that's turned into a movie is Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. So Elizabeth has a husband, a career, and a great house. Her world is rocked, and she goes on a journey to rediscover her life. The book was so popular that it was made into a movie. Bethany, have you read this one?
No, you found a book I've not read.
The impossible has been achieved, folks.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends who've read this and, refer to it as life-changing. And I am a sucker for memoirs, which, if I recall, this is a memoir, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just can't get myself to pick it up. I'm not really sure what it is about it, but for some reason, it just it hasn't called to me yet. I guess we'll say that. Yeah.
Understandable.
Have you ever read it, or did you see the movie?
So I've never read it. I do remember watching it. I also don't know how I ended up watching it because, like, I was young, and I think Julia Roberts stars in it, if I remember.
Sounds right.
Yeah. So, I remember watching it when I was younger, and I remember that I found it very boring. Now, granted, I was younger, so clearly I have had no life experience at this point and have no idea what's happening. And I was like, why is this lady just, like, going around the world? I don't know. Mm-hmm. Like, and I think I get that confused with Under the Tuscan Sun a lot because I watched that and I also found that boring. But again, I was younger when I watched it. I haven't rewatched it. So that might be something that I come back to. I don't know that I'll ever read it. Just because memoirs are not typically my thing.
Yeah.
But hey, I may feel differently about it if I were to watch it again.
There you go.
So, now that I got a little bit of life experience, in my 20s.
That's true.
Okay, so the last book that we're going to talk about is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. A young adult's book that people have strong feelings about, people absolutely love. And this one is about Hazel, and Hazel has never been anything other than terminal. In her final chapter, inscribed upon diagnosis, Augustus Waters appears at Cancer Kids Support Group. Hazel's story is about to be rewritten. So, Bethany, have you read or watched the movie? Or, read the book or watched the movie?
Yes. And yes.
Oh,
and I'm here for it.
Really?
Yeah, this book had me bawling.
Mm.
I mean, don't read it without tissue if you're anything like me. But so here's what it did for me. It actually reminded me of these like sad Lurleen McDaniel books that my best friend and I used to read together when I was a teenager. And Lurleen McDaniel wrote like over 70 books, and they were kind of all along the lines of like 6 months to live. So it was always like kids with terminal illness that would meet in the hospital, or maybe someone's mom was battling breast cancer or something like that. And I don't know why it appealed to me as a teenager. Teenage girls need to cry. I don't know what it was, but we loved these books. So as an adult, when somebody told me to read The Fault in Our Stars, and it just brought all those feelings back to me, like I loved the book. The movie, they did a good job with, but like I did have a small issue with it. Mm-hmm. I liked the movie when I saw it, but then later I had an issue because of another movie.
Okay. And I have a feeling I know what it is.
Okay. So, and I thought maybe you had said something, you were going to say something about it. So
yes.
I don't know if you want to say it.
I gotcha. Okay. So, I'll start off with I have not read or watched the movie.
Okay.
Reading the book because I know what it's about and somehow I know how it ends, and I have a feeling someone gave me a spoiler. Mm-hmm. It's one of those like I love to cry in books, but like I don't know that I'm ready for that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I haven't read it, and I don't know if I will.
Okay.
Now the movie. My mom has like begged me to watch this movie. My mom has watched it several times, and she's like, you have to watch it. And I'm like, I absolutely will not watch it. And it's for the same reason that you are not crazy about it. Okay. All right, folks, these two main characters, right? They are love interest, but I don't know if it was before the movie came out.
Yeah, I don't know if it was before or after. I feel like I saw The Fault in Our Stars before I saw the second one.
Okay.
And I think that's why I had partly an issue with the other one.
Okay, and I'm pretty sure. So the two main characters are also in the Divergent series.
Yeah.
And in the Divergent series, they play siblings.
Okay.
And I get it. I totally get it, guys. These are their jobs. They're actors. They're paid. But there's still something weird and I saw Divergent. But I haven't seen Fault in Our Stars. Mm-hmm. So now I'm like, I don't know that I can go from seeing them in a movie where they played siblings to then now playing love interest in the movies. Right. To me, it's still weird. I know. They're not actually related in real life. I know.
See, and that's like, so, okay, you guys can't see Sarah and I, but we're kind of like looking at each other like we were totally on the same page about this.
Yeah.
So I saw them in the opposite order.
Okay.
So like when I saw Divergent, that was part of my struggle with Divergent was
yes.
that every time I would see them on screen,
be like, oh, this is weird.
Ew, you can't be related. Like you were just in this other like movie and you were in love. And so, yeah. And I'm like, there's so many actors and actresses out there in the world. Like, and not that these two aren't talented, but like, right. We couldn't have picked someone else.
Right.
So this is why I'm not
agreed.
a casting director.
Agreed. Yes. Okay, so that's the end of our book list. So now we're going to move on to our movies list, even though every single one of those books had a movie with it. It's all right. So speaking of Divergent in the last category, This is a movie that a lot of people don't like.
Yeah.
Like at all. And I mean, it's based off a book series. So how do you feel about it?
Okay, so I loved the book series. And if I'm honest, I actually like Divergent better than The Hunger Games.
Really?
Yes, which I know some people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that, but it's true. I just thought it was a really fun, like, teen series. I really enjoyed it. And my issue with the movie is, when I saw it, it wasn't at all what I pictured when I read the book. And so I was really struggling with what it looked like when they, if you guys have read the book, when I say when they were inside the, it didn't look like what the book had described to me. And so I just really struggled. But in all fairness, had they separated the two from each other and just let the movie stand on its own with a different name, I probably would have loved it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's a decent movie. It's not bad or anything, it wasn't the book that I read.
No, I 100% completely agree with that. Now, I'm still a sucker because I read the books and I love the books. So I do own the movies but it's the same thing. I feel like they could have done more. And I think some of the chemistry within some of the actors was like a little off. But the same thing I just imagine more. Yeah. With like the setting and like when they do go the same place that you're talking about, in my brain it was a little bit more like dingier and something, I don't know. So I feel like there was a little bit of disconnect there. But a lot of people are very vocal about that they hate the movies and that they're just angry with it. So okay. So our next one is A Christmas Story. And don't come for me, guys. Do not come for me. So many people absolutely love this movie. I mean, it's so popular that it plays for 24 hours every Christmas. Bethany, what are your feelings about this movie?
My feelings are very fragile on this one, but I am 100% here for it.
Okay.
I love this movie. We watch it every year with all our other silly Christmas movies, and I actually have a leg lamp that is up in my house all year round. So, I'm in the yes category.
I need to see this leg lamp. All right. I am in the no category. I'm in the 1%. I made that percentage up. There's probably more than that. Y'all, I cannot stand this movie. This is like the only Christmas movie that I cringe at. I don't know what it is about it. It just really annoys me. And then every time we go over to whoever's house we're going to for Christmas, it's on.
If I draw your name for the holidays this year, you can guarantee what ornament you're getting.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah. There's really not, like, a ton of stuff that I don't like. But, yep, A Christmas Story. You can ask my family, too. I have strong feelings. I don't know what it is. So, all right. The next one is more of a movie series. And I definitely think there's a huge mix of feelings. I feel like it's equally people love and people hate, and that is the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, okay.
So how do you feel about the Fast and Furious movies?
I love Paul Walker, and I've never seen one of these movies. So I was always a little curious about them, and then unfortunately the world lost Paul Walker, and so then I just was like, I can't watch this right now. And then they kept making more of them, and I feel like it's really an investment if I get started, because I think there might be like 500 Fast and Furious movies at this point, and so
close.
I just don't have that much time right now.
Yeah.
So I think if somebody popped it in and I was sitting in the living room, I wouldn't not watch it. I'm definitely curious, and I think I can see the appeal, but I've never seen one.
Oh, okay. So I absolutely love these movies. Now, granted, I know nothing about cars. Like, I know how to go and get my oil changed, and my parents did, like, teach me how to, like, check my oil, and, like, if I need to, a tire replacement, whatever, or call AAA, one of those. So that goes into, I absolutely love these movies, and I know that these movies are not realistic, but I'm a huge sucker for them. Like, I will have Fast and Furious marathons. Now, granted, I really haven't seen any of them, like, after Paul Walker passed away. So
okay, so you've only seen the first.
Well, maybe one or two after. I don't remember, because I think there's like 10 now, but there's also now like spinoffs, and it just gets a little messy.
Yeah, because wasn't there that, like, Hobbs and Shaw? Isn't that one of them?
Yeah, and now I think they're getting ready to make, like, Fast 10.
Oh, my goodness.
I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
If I disappear for, like, 3 weeks, you know what I'm doing. I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah, so, but I actually talked about this with Janie, who, she works in the city, but we were talking about how, like, they should have ended it. And, you know, he died, unfortunately, in the middle of making one. And so his brother, they actually pulled his brother in, and they, like, did the CGI stuff. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so, like, it's his brother, but they, like, put Paul Walker's face, and they look very similar to each other. But it's, like, beautiful. The very last scene of the movie is, like, them, like, driving off, and it would have been the perfect ending to the series. It really would have.
Yeah.
And then they gotta go, nope, we're back at it. So I love them. I somewhere down the road, I'll watch the rest of them. But as of right now, I really haven't. Okay, so fourth on our list is the remake of The Lion King. So I don't want to call it live action because it's not live action. I don't know if it's CGI. I don't know film terms. But how do you feel about it?
I wanted to like it so badly. It didn't do it for me. I think I was expecting something more because I really enjoyed the live action Beauty and the Beast. And, Aladdin surprised me. So I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this.
Okay.
Which is kind of a bummer because I actually thought the voices, like the actors that they picked for the voices, I thought they were, like, decent.
Yeah.
And, I enjoyed that part of it, but the rest of it just kind of fell flat for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't love it, but I also didn't hate it. So, cause I can get down, like Beyonce, she was in that, and I can get down to Can You Feel the Love? So I really like that song in it. But it was some of the, like, I think it wasn't even like the picture, but it was more the music for me. Cause like the Scar song, I was really disappointed in.
Okay. Because
he didn't really sing. He just kind of like talked through the song, if I remember correctly. And I was like, this ain't it. But I don't hate it. Like, if someone puts it on, like, I'll watch it. Mm-hmm. I don't have, like, strong feelings of, like, oh, I can't stand it.
Okay.
Like, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so lastly on our movies list is Sharknado.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so people just flat out call these movies dumb. What do you feel?
But isn't that the point?
Yes.
That's the point. I mean, look at the name alone. Come on. I've only watched the first one. It was hilarious. My husband and I laughed at the absurdity of it, like, just through the whole thing. Did they really need to make, like, 6 of them or whatever there is? Probably not. But this first one was just so entertaining. And at some point, if my kids decide that they want to watch it, I would happily rewatch it with them because I laughed. I mean, that's the point.
Yes.
Like, that final scene with him in the chain, like, I can't. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to say too much. It was amazing.
Yeah. Okay, well, I will spoil it, even if she won't. I love the Sharknado movies. I don't think I've seen all of them, actually. I think I've only seen, like, the first, like, 2 or 3. But I actually just watched the first one not that long ago. Okay. Because I was like, do I still love it? I'm that weird person that I get excited for Shark Week, but not for the same reason that other people do. I don't watch the Discovery Channel Shark Week. I watch the sci-fi movie Shark Week. So there's, like, 2-headed shark attack, 3-headed shark attack. And, like, those are the kind of movies that I watch. I love, like, the Lake Placid ones. I love all those, like, the absurd craziness. Mm-hmm. Sharknado, I'm like, part of me, and in this, y'all. Okay, sometimes I'm a little crazy and I'm a little far-fetched. But I'm like, oh my gosh, this could happen. But then I'm like, no, it couldn't at all. But I'm like, look at it. And so, no, I love the Sharknado. And I'm going to spoil it, y'all. There's a scene at the end. This man gets swallowed by a shark and then has a chainsaw in his hand. And he chainsaws his way out of a shark. Like, okay, if you weren't sure if you wanted to watch it before, I feel like that right there should just make you want to watch it.
How did he get there?
Yeah, I think it was him that did it. Anyways, whoever.
Oh, so good.
Yes, I highly recommend these movies because why not? They're entertaining. They're not supposed to make you think. They're just fun. So, okay, so now it's time for our Outliers. So, Bethany, you're up.
I am so nervous about this because I don't want to upset anybody. But I will say in May, my book club discussed a book that was not our favorite, and so I am, they gave me strength, let's just say that. So I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, and I'm going to give you 2 books that did absolutely nothing for me. But if you go on Goodreads, they are so highly rated. They were both suggested to me by people who called them life-changing. They did not change my life. So my books are A Prayer for Owen Meany by John Irving and How Stella Got Her Groove Back by Terry McMillan. If you need a laugh, you can go find my Goodreads. You can see my actual reviews. But it's a family show, so I am not going to share my feelings on here. All I will say is they are definitely not what the authors intended.
Wow.
Yeah. I read them. I read them all.
Yeah.
All the way through. Page 1 to page the end. I just... They didn't do it for me. Yeah. And then this one, please be patient with me, people. I've never seen The Matrix.
Neither have I.
I have tried a few times, and I always fall asleep 10 minutes in. I don't understand the appeal of these movies. I don't understand the big deal. I absolutely love Keanu Reeves. I have just adored him and everything else, so you would think this would be right up my alley. But it does not do it for me, and it's so bad that my family even teases me. They'll be like, Mom, you look a little tired. Should I put The Matrix on for you? So it's, yeah, I can't, and I've given up. I'm never going to try again. So Last time my family watched The Matrix, I read my book in the corner.
Solid choice.
Yeah. So what about you, Sarah? Go ahead and burden your soul.
So book-wise, and this isn't a well-known author, but book-wise, it's Riley Sager's Survive the Night. I love all of his books, like all of them. I'm not exaggerating. Like every time I'm in a reading slump, if I pick up one of his books, it gets me out of my reading slump. But this one, I was reading this book at my grandparents' house, and I was like laying on their couch. And I was like, oh, you are so dumb. Talking about the main character. Like, I was saying things like that. And I am pretty vocal when it comes to reading. You've witnessed it. I do react to books the same way that I react to movies. But my grandmother, she was just cracking up, like hearing me while I was reading this book. And I was so frustrated. And I love his characters, but the way that he wrote this main character, I was like, does she have a brain at all? I was like, it just made me very angry. So needless to say, I didn't like it, but I love all of his other books, and he has another one coming out soon that I'm really excited for. And I just really hope it's not like that one. Yeah. So I hope it's not like Survive the Night at all. Okay, do you know the Final Destination movies?
I do know of them, but I've never actually seen one.
Okay, I love these movies.
Okay.
Like they're kind of like, they can be pretty gory. So, I don't recommend like someone watching them with their kids if you've never seen them. But everybody hates them or like absolutely love them. If you've ever seen any of them, I feel like the most like realistic one is the second one. And you know, like the big, huge trailers with like the logs on it.
That's everybody's worst nightmare on the expressway.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And it's so funny because I'll see memes all the time where it's like one of those trucks or someone's picture and like nobody will be behind it. And everyone will be like, oh, someone's seen Final Destination too. So, and it's still one of those silly, like, you know, people like die in it and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so realistic, but it's really not like at all. Mm-hmm. But like your brain is like, wow, it could. And you're like, it actually couldn't. So I love those movies. Most people think they're ridiculous or hate them or like just like don't watch them at all. I love them. So
can I just throw one more thing in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so just so people don't think that I'm some sort of, I only watch like history documentaries and all that kind of stuff. I absolutely love dramas and things that deal with like teens, like movies and television. I don't know what it is. So if Dawson's Creek or the original Beverly Hills 90210 ever comes on television, I'll see you in an hour. I don't even care about my to-do list. I don't care about anything. I love shows like that.
Yes.
So I have my own guilty pleasures too, and like that's it. So Yeah.
Do you feel better saying that?
I do, because I can't end on a negative note, so I just want to say good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so I absolutely love this topic. I'm curious, though, like, what everybody else's opinions are. One thing that I love about, like, humans is that we are all so different. And someone may come at me because I don't like A Christmas Story, and that's okay. But this was really fun. So
I would be curious to know what people think about, like, Survive the Night, A Prayer for Owen Meany,
yes,
or How Stella Got Her Groove Back. Like, if you guys have read any of those and you want to share your thoughts with us, I would love to hear from you.
Yeah. So Bethany, what are you currently reading?
Oh, I just finished this book called Funny Farm by Lori Zelensky, I think is how you pronounce her last name. It's a memoir, and it deals a lot with, like, her childhood struggle and family relationships and stuff. But growing up, even though her family struggled, her mom also, they kept bringing in all these animals and stuff into the home, so, like, rescuing and stuff. Mm-hmm. So then as an adult, in honor of her mother, she ends up opening, like, this huge rescue farm. And it's actually called The Funny Farm, and it's in New Jersey. She did turn it into, like, a nonprofit because it was too expensive to run on her own and stuff. And she does amazing things, but it was really great because you're reading the story of her childhood, but at the end of each chapter was a tale, like an animal tale. Mm-hmm. And so you would learn about, like, weird relationships between these animals that you wouldn't expect to be together. So, like, a cow and an alpaca are, like, best friends, you know. There was this one, I think it was like a goose or something that was, like, obsessed with a UPS driver. Like, that was a really cute story. And it was very fun, very heartfelt. But I really enjoyed it. I follow her on Instagram now. And if I ever go to Jersey, I want to go see this place.
Oh, how fun. Those are like the best kinds. Like when you get something from it. I'm reading 2 books right now. I'm reading The Raft by S.A. Bowden. I probably didn't say that right. But this is a book club book for the teens. And so I'm currently reading that one. And then I'm also reading, I discovered a new author. And so I'm really excited. And it's a young adults author. And this one's called The Counselors by Jessica Goodman. So this will be my 3rd book that I read by her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I absolutely love discovering new authors that have books but aren't as well known. Those are my favorites. But with that, we would love to hear what you guys have to say again about the books and movies that we talked about. Did you love them? Did you hate them? Email us at themulberrylibrary@gmail.com to tell us what you think, and let us know if there's a book that you love that everybody else hates, or that everybody else hates and you love. No, I think I just said the same thing twice the same way.
I know what you mean.
But you know what I mean. So, all right, Mulberry.
Happy reading, Mulberry.
Bye.